Hey everyone! Upgrading and enchanting gear is a really important part of gameplay of any MMORPG and especially of Aion Online. If you are new or returning player to Aion, you came to the right place, because in the next few minutes you will find out all you need to know about upgrading and enchanting gear. I will show you how to enchant all three kinds of gear: ancient gear, legendary gear and ultimate gear, and also how to upgrade ancient gear into legendary gear and legendary gear into ultimate gear. Before we start, let me just say subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that bell icon to see more new videos in the future. Okay, so first thing you need to do is to buy some new gear if you already don't have it. NPC where you can buy starting ancient gear is standing on next location on Lacrum map. First, let me show you location for Ilios faction. I am standing right here on the left lower corner of the screen. As you can see, this is my position. And there are four NPCs standing here in front of me. And let's not forget about the Osmo faction. It's on opposite lower right corner of the map. Also basically the same position where I stand here, just opposite side. There are also four NPCs standing in front of you in one of these rooms. And from these NPCs, actually, you can buy weapons, armors, accessories, and feather accessories, which is starting gear. Which this is gear for from where you start. This is ancient gear. So I will, for example, here go to the accessory merchant, and I will buy. Let's buy one ring necklace. Let's buy one ring. I will buy one ring. Yeah, you can buy this gear for Genesis crystals. Price is not too high, and Genesis crystals, I have them here in my inventory. As you can see, you can get easily these Genesis crystals by doing a Lacrum Garrisons weekly quests. Every week there is two quests in each of these garrisons. You can do these quests and get Genesis crystals, and for these Genesis crystals you are buying your starting PvP gear. Now I will show you today example how to enchant and upgrade your PvP gear from ancient gear to legendary gear, and after that to upgrade your legendary gear to ultimate gear, which is the best gear in game. And also don't forget these enchanting rules are basically the same for your PvE gear, whatever gear you have. So I have here with me now, this is a ring. I need to double click on this ring because I want to identification to be done for this item. Just double click on it and there you have it. I have ancient war ring, but as you can see, this ring is not enchanted. This ring is on 0, and this is now important part. If you want to upgrade your gear from ancient to legendary gear, you need to enchant your gear to plus 15. And how do you do that? By using enchantment stones. In Aion currently there is three kinds of enchantment stones. There is ancient PvP enchantment stones, legendary PvP enchantment stones, and ultimate PvP enchantment stones. Also, there are corresponding PvE stones like ultimate PvE stones and legendary PvE stones, and of course ancient PvE stones. Of course, on PvP gear you use PvP stones. On PvE gear you use PvE enchantment stones. Simple as that. So since I have here PvP part of the gear, I will obviously use PvP enchantment stones. And when you have ancient part of the gear, all you need to use is ancient PvP enchantment stones. You don't need to go with to enchant gear to try with the legendary or ultimate stones. You need to keep those stones because they are more valuable for later when we come to the legendary and ultimate gear. So I will do now, all I will do now, I will double click on ancient stones and window will appear like this. I will put here maximum 15. I will put all my stones 1000. Don't worry about the amount of stones. You can get them in game later. I have lots of them. If you're a new player, with time, when you play the game, when you play different features of the game, like sieges, like Pronatorium, like instances, you will gather these stones. Okay, let's go. So regarding enchanting ancient part of the gear from 0 to plus 15, all you need to do is to go aggressively with ancient stones. You will probably need lots of them, but like I said before, there is no point to spend legendary stones on ancient part of the gear. Your goal is to reach plus 15. After you reach plus 15, you will be able to upgrade your ancient part of the gear to the legendary part of the gear. That means that this ancient ring will become better version, and that version is a legendary ring. Obviously, this is now save spot plus 10. As you can see, if you fail on plus 12, for example, you're going down to plus 10. So it's not easy to reach plus 15 now, from plus 10 to plus 15. However, it is possible, just you need to be more patient. If you lose your patience, in the case you don't have many ancient stones and you have lots of legendary enchanting stones, you can try at this point to go enchant with legendary enchanting stones. However, as you can see, I'm not doing that for now. I'm patiently waiting what will happen. I don't want to use any legendary stones for now. But in the case this enchantment is not going too good, I might just say, come on, I quit from ancient stones, I go for legendary stones, right? However, as you can see, this didn't happen, and I have now my war ring on plus 15. On the left side is that ancient ring. On the right side, you see comparison of the ring which I already have in my gear. This is the ring which you want to acquire, Ultimate Silent Black Feather War Ring. So, what do we have here now? Let's see. I have here now, as you can see, ancient part of the gear on plus 15, and all we need to do now is to upgrade that ring to legendary ring. Before we do that, we need to unlock mana stone slots. As you can see, gear and Aion currently have 3 mana stone slots, and you can unlock these slots by putting a left click on that part of the gear, and then put click on this anvil. And then you're going for this mana stone slot expansion. Click here. You will need some slot stones. Don't worry about that. There is lots of stone slots in the game. You're also getting slot stones through some events, but you can also get them by destroying your ancient gear. Let's unlock these slots. 1, 2, and I'm just unlocking my first slot. Done. Let's check here. As you can see, my milestone slots are unlocked. And now I'm going to pay visit to this NPC here. It's an NPC in the same room where you have buy your ancient gear. Talk with that NPC, put this item in this slot, and as you can see, you need fragments of fighting spirit. Nowadays, these fragments of fighting spirit are easy to get. You can get them by special quest, which was introduced with Aion 7.3 update. You can find on my YouTube channel video specially dedicated for that, how to exchange experience points into fragments of fighting spirit. So fragments of fighting spirit are not a problem. And legendary Etium, yeah, you can get this legendary Etium just by playing the game in different PvP instances. And you will need, of course, some Abyss points. So let's upgrade my ancient part of the gear to legendary part of the gear. Confirm. Let's go. And as you can see, I have it. I have here now legendary part of the gear. Let's double click on it. And to identify this item. Done. Again, I have legendary part of the gear now on 0. What I need to do now to upgrade my legendary part of the gear to the ultimate part of the gear, to ultimate ring. It's simple. Same as for ancient ring, I need to do now with legendary ring. I need to enchant this ring to plus 15. However, it will not be easy now as it was for ancient part of the gear. Why? Well, this is a better part of the gear, obviously, another level we can say. So for legendary part, for enchanting of legendary part of the gear, I will need to use all 3 kinds of enchantment stones. I will need to use ancient stones, legendary stones, and ultimate stones on the end. So for start, use this strategy. Try to enchant legendary part of the gear with ancient stones only to plus 5, not more. When you reach plus 5, you will go with legendary stones to plus 13. Why we do that? We do that to save legendary stones for later. That's the reason. And of course, because you can do that. You can use ancient stones, ancient PP stones to enchant your legendary part of the gear to plus 5. Let's try. Let's go. Okay, going well so far. You will see probably lots of fails here. Don't worry about that because it's not easy to enchant a legendary or ultimate part of the gear. However, it can be done. Okay, it's done. So, as you can see, easily you can go to +5 only using ancient PP enchantment stones. You don't need to use legendary stones for that. Now it's time to use legendary PP enchantment stones, and I will push all the way here to +14. But let me just say that in generally you can go only to +10. Let's say you don't need to go higher. Then again, use ancient PP enchanting stones to +11 or even +12. Some people do that. However, in this case, I will go from +5 to +14 directly with legendary PP enchanting stones. But like I said, if you have lots of ancient enchanting stones, then just don't go to +14, go to +10, and then from +10 to +11 you can go again with ancient stones, and then continue to +14 with legendary stones. But for now, let's go with legendary stones to +14. So let's go. Going good so far. It's easy actually to reach +10. As soon as I said it, I didn't make it, but it's okay. We need to be patient here. As you can see, when you fail, you go level down. A +10 is a safe spot. When you reach +10, what happened just now, you cannot go down from this. However, if you fail, you're going back to +10. So I'm trying now with legendary stones from +10 to +14. However, like I said, if you have lots of ancient stones, you might try from +10 to +11 with ancient enchanting stones. It's up to you to decide. In this case, I have decided to go directly from +10 to +14 with legendary stones. I do not recommend that you go all the way from +10 to +15 with legendary stones, because for that you need to use ultimate stones. From +14 to +15 you need to use ultimate enchanting stones because it's pretty hard. That level of enchanting is never easy, so for the end we will use ultimate enchanting stones. Okay, come on, let's go. As you can see, it's not going good at all. It's failing a lot, and I'm always returning back to +7 to +10. Like I said, it's not easy. You need to be patient. It will. Here we go. On the end, if you are patient and if you need to do this aggressive, not a little bit of this, a little bit of that, or enchanting one stone per day or two stones per day. No, don't do that. Collect lots of enchanting stones and then go aggressively with it. So as you can see, I have now my ring on +14. Of course, that's not the end of the story. I need to go to +15 to be able to upgrade this ring into ultimate version, to ultimate ring. But now from +14 to +15 I will use ultimate enchanting stones. These ultimate enchanting stones are not easy to get. As you can see, they are here. I have 6 of them. I hope that will be enough. It should be enough. They're not easy to get. There are many ways to get them. You can get them in events. Lately we have lots of events where we can get these ultimate PvP enchanting stones. You can also get them by crafting. You will need specific materials. You can check later for that. And yeah, you can acquire them on some other ways also in game. However, they are not easy to get, so be careful when you use them. So let's go. Let's try to reach now +15. Wow, that was that was actually amazing. And in one way, I'm glad that this happened. So as you can see here, I have my ring now on +15. And what happened here? I have jumped for two levels up from +13 directly to +15. Yes, that happens sometimes, not often, but this can happen sometimes when you are enchanting. So with one ultimate stone, I have managed to upgrade to enchant my gear from +13 to +15. Now again, we need to repeat the thing which we have done with ancient gear, ancient ring. Before we go to upgrade NPC, we need to unlock mana stone slots. So left click on the ring, then we go to this anvil icon, and then you find mana stone slot expansion window. Click on that, and let's unlock this mana stone slots expansion. It's written here, that is translation. 3 mana stone slots, done. Let's check it. Yes, as you can see, my mana stone slots are now clear to put mana stones. However, we don't want to do that. We want to again pay visit to this NPC here, talk with that NPC, put this ring here, and you will need now again to upgrade your legendary part of the gear to the ultimate ring, to ultimate part of the gear, which is the best gear in game in generally. PvE wise or PvP wise, ultimate gear is the best gear in game. There is no higher level than ultimate gear. You will need for upgrade again fragments of fighting spirit. I already said how to find those items, and you will need ultimate etium. Ultimate etium, another material now. You can get this material in generally by playing PvP instances. That's the easiest way. Also, there is some way to buy this material directly from NPCs for stellium. However, that is pretty expensive way because this ultimate etium is not so cheap regarding stellium. But like I said, play PvP instances like Runatorium, like Dredgen, you will get enough of this ultimate etium even if you lose. You don't even need to win there. Even if you lose, you will get this ultimate etium. And of course, you will need some Abyss points. Now you will need more. 8 million, 7, almost 9 million. It doesn't matter. Abyss points nowadays, it's easy to find. So let's click confirm. Let's get that ultimate ring. And let's check what we have now in my inventory. As you can see, I have ultimate war ring here. I still need to double click on it to identify. Done. Here we have ultimate ring. Now, this part of the gear, currently this level, we can say ultimate is the best level you can reach. However, you still need to upgrade this ring to plus 15 to actually have that power, that stats that it should have, and we will do that right now. Before that, you need to also unlock again mana stone slots. So left click on item, click on this anvil icon, again mana stone slot expansion, and click on that. Why we do that? Because if you don't unlock mana stone slots, you will not be able to put mana stones inside. Of course, later you will want to put some mana stones in this part of the gear. But now let's focus on enchanting of this ultimate part of the gear. Now again, we will use here all three kinds of stones. However, yeah, maybe some people use legendary stones from the start. However, if you have lots of ancient PP enchanting stones on the start, you can try, let's say, with ancient stones to plus 4. You can try, and then you will see how will that go. I need to put here to 4, okay, and I will put all stones. So, like I said, you can try to go with ancient stones, ancient enchanting stones up to plus 4 on ultimate part of the gear. However, if you don't have lots of them, then you use legendary stones directly to plus 10. But let's try this time just for fun a little bit to try to reach plus 4. Can I reach it or not? Let's try. Just for fun, let's see how will this work. If it will not work so good, I'll just quit for working from doing this, and I will use legendary enchanting stones directly on ultimate part of the gear. All depends how many of which stones you have. If you have lots of ancient stones, obviously you will do this like I do now, and look, we done it. And by this, I have saved some legendary enchanting stones, which are of course not so easy get as ancient stones. Now we have ultimate part of the gear on plus 4, and I will use now legendary enchanting stones. Now, there is a decision which you need to make. Will you go to the plus 10, which I recommend if you have lots of ancient stones. If you have lots of ancient stones, like I said before, when we were enchanting legendary part of the gear and ancient part of the gear, plus 10 is a safe spot. And after you reach plus 10, you can use here on ultimate item again some ancient stones to reach maybe plus 11. Let's try to do that. I will put all slots stones I have, 82 I still have, and let's try to reach plus 10. Ultimate gear is of course also not easy to enchant. Ancient gear, as you can see in ancient ring, was going easy, but ultimate it's never going. Yeah, ultimate is never going easy. This was way too easy. I don't know why. I was lucky today. This was actually pretty amazing. So I didn't fail even once. I think it went directly to plus 10. Now, when you have ultimate part of the gear on plus 10, if you have, like I said, if you have lots of ancient stones, try to reach plus 11. Why not? To save some legendary stones, try to reach plus 11. You might find that easy to do or hard. All depends how is your luck that day. How is RNG good to you or not. But try to do that. Why not, right? On that way, okay, you see? Pretty easy. And now from plus 11, again to plus 13, you want to use, as you can see, I have now ring on plus 11. You want to use legendary enchanting stones. So I will put here plus 13. I will put all I have. And if I fail, I will go down to plus 10. That's clear, of course. And then again, if you have ancient stones, you can use them to go to plus 11. And repeat again when you reach plus 11 to plus 13, you go with legendary stones again. However, for because of purpose of this video, I will not do that. I will just hit it directly so I don't repeat that step from plus 10 to plus 11 with ancient stones. I will hit it directly with 77 legendary PvP stones trying to reach plus 13. Don't go above plus 13. There is no need for that. You will see it's pretty hard to reach plus 13 anyway. So from plus 13 to plus 15, we will again use ultimate PP enchantment stones. Because, yeah, ultimate stones are not easy to get. They are pretty rare. They are pretty expensive. Whatever way you will get ultimate stones, it's not easy, you know. So keep them for the last part of enchanting when you need to go from plus 14 to plus 15. That I'm talking about ultimate part of the gear and legendary part of the gear. When we talk about ancient part of the gear, just forget about it. Just hit it hard with ancient enchanting stones. I am currently upgrading my ultimate PP gear. Of course, you will need also to upgrade in-game your ultimate PvE gear. Doesn't matter where you get that part of the gear. So these rules of, we can say rules. This is my subjective opinion, and most of the people are enchanting in nowadays on this way, the way I do it. So basically, even if you have ultimate PvE part of the gear, you will enchant your gear on this way. However, you will use, of course, ultimate, legendary, and ancient PvE enchantment stones. So right now I am enchanting and I have done it. Plus 13, nice. And right now I am enchanting PvP part of the gear, so I'm using PvP enchanting stones, as you can see here. And if you are enchanting PvE part of the gear, you need to use PvE enchanting stones, obviously. So I have now ring on plus 14, and now comes the hardest part. This is the end of the enchanting, and this is basically final thing to do, because after you put your item on plus 15, that's it. There is no more upgrading that item or something to do with it, because currently in Aion 7.3 update, which we have now in European and American versions and Russian versions, so in Western regions we can say, basically plus 15 is maximum how you can go with gear, and this is the best current gear in game which you can have. So let's now enchant from plus 13 to plus 15 with ultimate enchantment stones, and I have 5 of those. And yeah, I hope this will be enough. I mean, it can go bad, it can fail, everything, but 5 should be enough. And like I said, they are really expensive stones, so use them wisely. And don't use one by one. You know, if you have one stone and use them today, for example, then you get another stone in 3 days and then use it again. Don't do that. I recommend you don't do that, because on that way you could fail and you will not succeed. Just collect few of those, you know, 3, 4, 5, and then hit it. Hit it hard from plus 14 to plus 15. Okay, let's try. Let's go. 14, nice. Wow, that's it. I'm actually in today's enchantment. I was pretty lucky. This ring went pretty nicely from ancient to ultimate to plus 15. So as you can see, I have now my ring on plus 15 ultimate, which is the best version, best gear currently in the game. And I went from the start from ancient ring. This ring was few minutes ago ancient version, the worst version, and right now is the best version in game, and I show you how to do it, guys. I hope if you are returning or a new player in Aion, that I have managed to help you with this video, because enchanting and upgrading gear is really important part of the game. And for a new player of Aion, I can completely understand why it's not clear how to do it. And but on this video, I think I was pretty clear how to do everything regarding upgrading and enchanting of the gear. Also, I have shown you this example on PvP part of the gear. Everything I said generally is also a word for PvE part of the gear. So if you have some PvE part of the gear, you will also enchant it on the way I have shown you. Just you need to use, of course, PvE enchanting stones. So what to say, except I have managed to help you with this video, and if you like it, subscribe to my channel to see more new videos in the future. See you soon.